Hey everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to talk about using the new Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K in combination with the DJI Ronin S. Is it easy to balance? Is it useful? Is it worth trying? Stick around and I'll show you some B-roll that I shot and we'll talk about some of the pros and the cons. Here we go. First thing first, this is not a tutorial about how to balance the Blackmagic Pocket Camera 4K on the Ronin S. There are a bunch of tutorials on YouTube that can show you how to do that. So if you just do a quick YouTube search, you'll find a few different options and you can choose whatever you want. However, the only thing that I do want to mention is that you do need to have an extension plate to be able to mount the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K on your Ronin S. The good news is that the extension plate comes with the Ronin S, so you don't have to buy any extra plates and it's right there for you, ready to go. The camera itself is a little left side heavy, which makes it a little awkward to balance on the Ronin S. It is possible to do it. I've been doing it for a while and there's a bunch of people who've done it, but it is a little more difficult than the GH5 per se. I've been shooting with both the Ronin S and the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K for a few days now. I'm using it for a project that I'm working on for work, and all I can say is I think it's a killer combination. It works really nicely. And once you get that balance done, everything else works really well. I've actually tried it with a couple of different lenses. The first time I used it, I used a Canon L series 24-70, which is kind of a heavy lens, and also plus the Metabones adapter, and it worked pretty good. It works really nicely. I really had no issues balancing it. I think at the beginning it took me longer to balance it because of my lack of experience using the gimbal with this camera, but the more I do it, the easier it gets. The first time it took me like 30 minutes to balance it, now it takes me 5 minutes to do it. I've also mounted the camera on the Ronin S using a 16-35 Canon L series and an 85mm Rokinon cinema lens, and I had no issues with any of those lenses. So the Ronin S is able to handle the weight of the camera, the Metabones adapter, and the lenses with really no issues whatsoever. We have a work cage for the Blackmagic. Unfortunately, the cage makes it even bigger, and I don't think the Ronin S, so it doesn't work with the Ronin S. I don't think it's because of a weight issue. I think it makes it even larger, so it's really hard to balance. And maybe it is a weight issue, I don't know, but I tried to do it and I just couldn't balance it with the cage. Once I took it out of the cage, I had no problems balancing the camera on the Ronin S. So the Ronin S in combination with the Pocket 4K, I think is a great combination for running and gunning. Some people may disagree, but in the last few days that I've been shooting with this combination, once I mounted it, once I balanced it, I really had no problems running and gunning with the camera and the Ronin S. The only time that I had to stop was to change batteries, but it wasn't any issue. I didn't have any problems with the balancing of the camera while shooting, and I was shooting for about 2 to 3 hours. Of course, changing multiple batteries, but running and gunning, and moving from one location to a different location and carrying the camera with me mounted on the DJI, and I had really no issues whatsoever. The only complaint that I do have is that sometimes, and I don't know if this is a problem of the DJI Ronin S or if it's a problem of the combination with of this gimbal and this camera, sometimes randomly the Ronin would start shaking. After the first time it happened, I looked it up and some people were saying that it could be a firmware problem, so I updated the firmware and still did it, and it makes me uneasy to think that if I have to get a shot, all of a sudden this thing is gonna start shaking and I'm not gonna be able to get that shot. So if any of you guys have had the same kind of issues with the Ronin S starting to shake with this camera or any other cameras and know how to fix it, or maybe I'm doing something wrong, please let me know. I would really love to hear your thoughts. Please comment below, I would really appreciate it. Also, once you're editing your footage captured with this combination of the DJI Ronin S and this camera, You should add a little bit of warp stabilization in post, and it really makes a difference. It really gets rid of some of that little walking movement that you still can get with with any kind of gimbal. Really, it helps a lot. It makes the shots look even smoother, and it's gonna help the production value of your videos even more, and your videos are gonna look even better. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the B-roll that I shot. Please let me know your thoughts and comments. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to type them down below and let me know. I'll answer any questions you guys have. Also, if you're into short films or horror short films, if you haven't checked out my latest short, I'm gonna link it down below. Check it out, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next one.